This person unintentionally sort of uses emotional connections to soothe kind of their inner chaos. Um, it's kind of like whenever they're feeling a little bit out of control in their own life, they form a connection with somebody and kind of get a emotional bond going, and it sort of helps them to forget or to not pay attention to, or to sort of compartmentalize their sort of chaos in their world. That's kind of always going on. I believe this is probably internal chaos versus external, but it could be both. So they just sort of form these connections as a way to sort of like alleviate what's going on with them, so they don't have to focus on it as much. Like a distraction. They use it as a distraction. There is some healing that needs to be done within them, but they can't really think that far ahead, because there's kind of like emotional confusion right in front of the choice they're supposed to be making, which is to heal. They kind of use it as a way to sort of even out everything, so that it doesn't get so overwhelming. They don't do it in a malicious way, I don't think, from what I can tell, but yeah, it's like they just sort of create these bonds with people. They sort of maybe flirt or form these kind of connections, but it's really in an immature way. But I could see how it would be confusing, because they come off as King of Cups, meaning like mature and emotionally grounded, sort of emotionally advanced and ready to commit. They come off as very well-rounded and mature, ready for something like this, right? Ready for a connection. But who they really are internally is more kind of like a teenager who can't really regulate their emotions, and they don't know how to follow through on their word. They just kind of subconsciously understand that when they act like this, when they present themselves as that, people assume that they're that. But there's no substance to what they say, to what they promise, to how they connect. They sort of do this thing where they don't quite promise anything with their actual words, but it seems really convincing how they are, how they say things, what they do, their follow through, the way that you connect with this person, almost in a way of, this is both of you guys. You don't see what they have going because they're trying to avoid seeing what they have going. Do you get it? You don't really see what's going on here, because the way that they approach you is so, wonderful. It really causes for some very emotional instability in people, because this person naturally attracts what the other person thinks is their perfect match. But really, this person is just mirroring these people back to themselves. So essentially, this person thinks they have found their connection. And what's really happening is this person is just acting like this person. So when I see this in a neutral position, this just means however this person acts is how this person is going to act. So if that person acts really sweet and connected and they appreciate the compliments, and that's what they're going to give them. If this person likes to talk about A, B, C, D, E, F, G, that's what they're going to talk about. They're mirroring them in a sense. But they are. They are. So they come off to this person as, I found my perfect match. This person I really connect with, I really bond with. They like the things I like. We can talk about these things and da-da-da-da-da. But they do it in a way where you don't really see it. It's not outright mirroring or love bombing, because they sort of know when to agree and when to not agree, when to withdraw, when to sort of lean in, when to compliment, when to hold back. So it's kind of this balancing act that they do that really gets the other person pretty hooked, because they really think it's a mutual thing. But right under that is kind of lies and deception and trickery and manipulation, and sort of just not really being so honest, even if the lie is through omission. sort of omitting the truth, or not saying the full truth, whatever that may be. They kind of are scheming in a way. I guess they do know it, or they make it to where the other person is willing to lie to themselves. They lie so good that they don't have to lie anymore. They have the other person lie to themselves for them. They sort of create this beautiful fantasy, and it's really smoke and mirrors. They go after sort of nurturing, nurturing and caring women who are pretty stable, who are grounded and kind of in their feminine energy and willing to pour into a connection, and really wanting to be nurturing to him or this person, coming off as masculine energy, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. But they do draw in that nurturing energy, and they have a very specific type that they go for. Empaths, very sweet feminine energies that are still mature enough to be able to maintain a connection, but also willing to pour into it and willing to kind of match energy as well, and really nurture the bond and sort of pour into the dynamic. But they also are already grounded within themselves by the time they get approached. So they know how to hold their own. They're grounded, they're centered, they're zen, they're within themselves. You know, they're already stable. They probably have their money together, they have their own kind of life going, they have their own thing going, but they're very nurturing. The empath in them is really what helps them sort of get lured in and be able to connect. Because this one knows what to say and how to say it, and when to approach and when to sort of take it to the next level each time. So once they sort of get in these connections, that's when this one comes out. So we go from this mask, loving and emotionally regulated and able to connect with your emotions, and very caring and kind and empathetic and loving, and y'all are very bonded, to this one, who's very cold and detached. July 25th could be significant. Very calculated and very detached, not emotionally available at all whatsoever. They're very strategic with these energies. They're very strategic. They're very calculated in everything that they say and do. So this was just phase one. But this is who they really are. So they'll start to sort of plan what they're going to say now, and they've been doing that. But you'll see it. You'll see it, because when there's no more loving bond and connection and sort of mutual effort, and this one goes away, you see this one, and you'll feel that coldness, or you won't. You'll just know that bond is no longer what it was, and you get really confused. What happened to oh. So naturally with empaths, they try to heal and correct the situation because they automatically assume it's something they did. They would never assume it's something this one did. They wouldn't assume they were doing it intentionally. They assume, oh my gosh, what did I do? How can I fix this? Because they read emotions and they want everybody to feel comfortable, and they're nurturers. They're empaths. They pour into others. And please believe, when this person originally approached these feminine energies, they knew what they were doing. They knew to pretend to be this person. They did. Because those are the ones that are going to play ball, you know? So with that being said, they start to analyze, and they start to say, well, what did I do to make this person get so cold and distant with me? Why are they withdrawing from me? What did I do wrong? What could I have possibly done wrong? I thought everything was going just fine. We were so bonded. We were so connected. We were so in tune with each other. We talked about everything. And they really start to think, what am I doing? But the whole time, this person has been analyzing them. That's why they approached, because they knew that this was the type of woman to connect and want to pour into somebody. But remember, the whole time that they did this was just so they could kind of avoid thinking their own thoughts and feeling their own feelings, because they already had internal chaos going. So essentially, they just used these other energies as a distraction to distract themselves from their own internal chaos. October 12th and 13th could be significant. October 16th could be significant. 2016, the 10th of the month and the 16th of the month as well. 2010. So when this person falls back and retreats, it triggers what's happened to those other energies before. It triggers it. And they start to remember, oh my gosh, I can't do this again, because they've been through painful relationships. So they really do try to pour into this person, and they view this person as sort of hurt and wounded. And maybe that's why they're detaching, and maybe they are just, whatever, emotionally unavailable. And I'm just trying to, but the whole time this person is really this. Very toxic. It's very toxic. They create these trauma bonds with these people, and they sort of play off of that. They use their empathy against them, and they sort of drain their energy from them to fuel their own energy source. Because with this person's internal chaos, they don't get their own energy source. They don't want to look at themselves. They don't want to sit in their own silence, because then they'd have to hear what the fuck's going on inside their own head. November 21st and 22nd could be significant. 2025. The 11th of the month could also be very significant, or the 25th of the month. Yeah. And by the time these women realize what's happening, they've created this codependency or trauma bond. They sort of just end. They just leave. And it leaves the women really wondering, what the fuck did I just do? And they try to really work hard at correcting the connection. December 5th and 8th could be significant, and 7th. July 12th could be significant. They really go into overdrive trying to correct it. And it's like they just want to know what they did wrong, because these energies are empaths. So of course they want to hold themselves accountable, for sure. Absolutely. Christmas Day could be very significant. Of course. And that's when this person withdraws even more. Maybe their intuition sort of knows that something is off. Or maybe this person is somewhat of a dark empath, or, they're sort of just able to read other people's emotions, but maybe disconnect from themselves and others, and keep things beneath the surface, because they don't want to be honest with what's actually happening here. So, maybe you felt spiritually bonded to this person, and so it was really hard for you to disconnect. And it really makes it hard to want to connect with anyone else, because you felt such a passion. And then all of a sudden this person just started blocking you off. They became very withdrawn and cold. But there's no way, because spiritually you feel this person. You think, oh my God, they must be thinking about me too. They must just be too scared to approach me. But the whole time this person is draining your energy. They've now created an energetic cord, and they're pulling your energy. So you're thinking of them in a loop, because they're pulling your energy in a loop. And every time you think obsessive thoughts, it drains even more. And you're fueling this person, and they start to become the big dog. They start to really get ahead of themselves, because this is what they do every connection. It's what they do. So this person is sitting on their throne, and the whole time you're just quite literally disconnected from everything. You're very, very detached now at this point. Now you've become them. That light that you used to have before, it's dimmed. They took your light. They took your light. So you may feel insecure or depleted or confused or worthless. You may feel like you're not good enough. You may feel like you did too much. You may start to replay every single conversation that y'all ever had, because you're like, what did I do wrong? How did I take somebody that was so amazing? And what did I do? I really thought I had a connection with this person, really and truly. it really starts to fuck with you internally. It fucks with your self-esteem. And the whole time you're still thinking these thoughts, they're still pulling at your energy. Keep in mind, though, they've never actually closed that loop. They've never actually said, hey, I don't think this is working out. I appreciate your time. It's just not really what I'm capable of kind of connecting to right now. I didn't really feel the spark or whatever. Or I found someone else or whatever. No, everything that they're doing is very strategic. Very much so. When they feel you start to pull back and get your kind of energy back and start to even out again, and you're like, okay, I'm okay without them. It's fine. I don't know why I was tripping. I'm okay, right? Because that cord starts to sort of deteriorate after a little bit, right? It sort of starts to wither. You'll start to feel them again. They'll come back in. They'll come back in. It's strategic. Every time you try to move forward, every time you try to stay even and balanced, they'll come in very, very calculated. They will rush back in and get a hold of your energy, because the truth is they've been watching you this whole time. They've been watching you this whole time. Whether it be online, whether it be spiritually, whatever. Whether it just be energetically, they've been keeping kind of track of you that way, so they can feel your feelings the same way you can feel theirs. But you're not an energy vampire. They're just draining you. They will literally make that shit happen. June 27th could be significant. They will start to manipulate you and manifest your energy back. They will come back in and maybe reconnect. They'll just waltz back in like nothing happened, and they'll kind of get you curious again, and they'll be very naive. And you don't want to seem like you're clingy or obsessed or controlling or a nag, so you just welcome them back in. But then they do it again. And once again, you're left feeling detached, cold, abandoned, left out to figure it by yourself, left out in the cold. You're feeling neglected, used, lonely, depleted, empty. You're starting to become spiritually destitute. And this person, once again, is just feeling like a big dog. Because the only way that he can feel independent and sort of self-sufficient and thriving and happy and successful and within his own self, like proud and ready to go and good energy, is because that's what you were before he came along. And he's taking it from you. He's leaving you like this. And he's like this. Because before he came to you, remember, you were Queen of Pentacles, you were Queen of Cups, you were the Empress, you were on your throne. You were doing fine. You were already self-fulfilled. And he drained you dry. So now he's feeling independent and self-sufficient and thriving. Okay? You're now becoming very isolated. You're very, very inside yourself, overthinking everything, feeling insecure again, feeling destitute, feeling like you're not worth anything, questioning your worth, questioning if what you did wrong, why can't he stay, what did you do wrong, why do you keep pushing him away? Because once again, you're an empath. But every empath hits a point where they start to see shit way too fucking clearly. Oh, they get on phone game. Oh, they know. Oh, they know. Because they were once in their student energy. And they didn't know what the fuck was going on. Okay? You didn't know. You were actually sweet and naive and gullible and available to be used. And you always assumed it was your fault until you didn't. You started to see very clearly what was happening here, and you shut that shit down all the way. Because you can only get played so many times until you realize, hold on. I must have something that you want. You're trying to hoard my energy. No. I see through that shit. You may call them out, you may not. Nonetheless, you see through the bullshit and you move that shit around. Because you know it's nothing you did wrong. It's everything you did right. The only thing you did wrong was letting them around you. The only thing you did wrong was believe them and trust them and give them a chance. You won't be doing that shit anymore. Because this is what they want to do. Hoard your fucking energy, hold you up. You won't be doing that anymore. No, you won't. You know now. So next time another King of Cups comes around, you won't be Queen of Cups. Baby, you're Queen of Wands. You draw them to you. You decide what you want to do. You don't settle for whoever approaches you. You quite literally draw people to you. You're so sure of yourself, you won't depend on anybody. Emotionally, mentally, spiritually, none of the above. You don't need a King of Cups. You really need a King of Wands. Where's he at? You've already gotten back up. You've already overlooked all of the confusion. You don't get confused anymore. You don't let people put smoke and mirrors and fall for it. You don't do that anymore. No. You use your intuition and you know what the fuck is under the fucking surface. You're not playing. Pisces energy on the board. Okay, someone could be 35. Someone could be 23. Pisces energy, twice moon, and I did see hangman as well. Cancer energy, 4 of cups. Leo energy, the sun. Emperor energy, we have Aries on the board. You could be an air sign. You could be a fire sign. Could be significant. Could be 28, 22, 21, 21 could be an angel number. She just shoved all this shit to the floor. I want to see what this is. And she said, no, bitch, the Queen of Wands is here, ho. Stop playing. No more burdens. No more sleepless nights and overthinking. No more feeling like you did something wrong. No more pouting. No more being ungrateful. No more having to detach to survive. No more giving people your light. Leo energy. No more letting people take your light. Your light belongs to you. No more feeling stuck and letting people ration out your own energy to you. Thank you, Spirit. 22 even on the timer. She said, no, baby. No. No, we won't be doing that. That's the shit that you just can't make up. There's no way I could have planned that. That's fucking hilarious. Look. Look who it is. I can't make this shit up, y'all. That's funny as fuck. And look what's at the bottom of the deck. No more happy home. Oh, look at this 10 of cups. Bitch. No more promises, no more false hope. You're not gonna come sell me a dream, get all emotionally connected to me. Look at, she just threw the King of Cups down. Oh my God. I'm fucking dead. She's like, I know what I bring to the table now, baby. Stop playing. So anybody that you connect with at this point is gonna have to really be serious, because you're able to see through all that fucking bullshit. There was a time that you did carry everyone else's burdens, and that shit was exhausting for you. Can I shuffle? She's like, I'm holding on to my own fucking energy. Pisces energy again on the board, the moon. I wonder where this King of Cups is now. I really got to make sure I shuffle the way those cards just fell out. That was hilarious. No, we're going to be doing that anymore. No. No. Still manipulating. Still manipulating women or feminine energies. Tarot doesn't read for gender. Still trying to manifest some shit, being sneaky, observing people so he can see what he can get from them. He might be in retreat mode right now. Really pulling back, might be a little bit embarrassed that you called him out. Because remember, he can read people's emotions. So he knows that, you know, well, not the King of Cups actually coming out when I say, where's the King of Cups? Not the Four of Swords at the bottom of the deck, like he's restless as fuck. So he may be withdrawn, but he's restless as fuck. Working on confusing somebody else, or he may be confused trying to work to overcome it. Not able to pawn off his chaos on anybody else. So now it's all internal. He's acting like, no, I don't want to fight. I don't want to. No, this is all yours. This is all inside him now. Feeling very conflicted because he had a choice and he made his choice to continue to manipulate. This devil energy is just lingering. He can't find anyone to pawn it off on right now, and he's feeling very lonely and left out in the cold. Probably looking for his next victim. But it's like when he can't pawn off that confusion and chaos onto anyone else. It starts to go internal. That's what he's been trying to do this whole time. So his little spirit said, why don't you just get well acquainted? Gemini energy, Capricorn energy on the board. Why don't you take your dark side and your light side and don't pawn it off on anyone else? Get to know yourself. That shit's lingering. He can't connect with anybody right now. It's been put on pause. It's been put on pause because of the decisions he's made. Like, even look at this. You see how the woman's tree has apples? She's bearing fruit. Look at his, empty, depleted, dry. And he's like, come over here. There's no hand holding. No, Spirit's not gonna let that happen. And look at that little snake on her tree lip. So he had already been planning before he even approached you. I promise. I promise. Shit. I want to get a timeline. It's much further in the future from what I see. Like, when is he going to be able to move forward? I don't know. I'm just kidding. Damn. Shit. All right, I'm going to pull some dates. So these dates could either be like when you met this person, maybe when y'all broke up, something like that. Significant dates like birthdays, anniversaries. So just take it as it resonates. I just want to see. These will just be some more confirmation since this is a collective. And I'll put the angel numbers in the comments, which was 21, 21, and 22 even. So I have June, possibly June 20th, April, could be April 18th or April 2018, June 2020. Y'all could have broken up in April because it is in reverse. February at the bottom of the deck, February 16th or February 2016. Next summer, so maybe a summertime, summer 2023 or 2013, possibly in January or March. May also could have been when some of y'all broke up. Keep in mind, guys, collective, take what resonates. May 2019, someone could be born in 91 or on the 19th of the month. Someone could be 30. Patience, it's not time yet, but it's in reverse, it's time. So y'all may not have broken up yet. It's time to move forward in reverse. So possibly July could be significant, or somebody still is in this connection right now, not really understanding everything or not able to let go. Timing is much further in the future, 57. So that could be like May 7th or July 5th. 1957 or 1975 could be significant. Much further in the future, but it's in the past, I'm assuming, or right now it's happening because it's in reverse. So, shit. Not they will be back at the bottom of the deck. No, thank you. No, it's okay, really. Fire sign when I split the deck. And let go. Make room for the new beginning that's on the way. Let's see what's going on here. Bad health. Health issues could arise. Maybe because they have to keep all their demons inside of them now instead of pawning them off on everyone else. Spirit had enough of that. Look at health. These cards are jumping. Health and cycles. Fate, karma, look. Stuck in that loop. Communication at the bottom of the deck. So no compromising, no forgiving, no working it out. No, it's not the right time. Do not. Liar in reverse. They've definitely been exposed. And give it time. No, you have no more time. No. Be careful of someone sneaky. Everything in divine timing, let things flow. No, we're not doing that anymore. We already did that. No. No is what it says. Health again. Lord Jesus. My God. Let's do two more. They're all face down. Spy. Someone has their eye on you and they're doing their research. Divorce in reverse. They do not want to divorce, or y'all are not divorcing, or y'all already post-divorce, experiencing a breakup. They don't want to. Air sign at the bottom of the deck. Maybe you're just not thinking that you want to divorce this person yet, or 29, someone could be 29, someone could be 24, 2024, or 1992 could be significant as well. You could be feeling very restless if you've just kind of separated from them for another time. Let's get some zodiac signs. Let me do 4. I just heard two are the same. I'm just gonna drop out. I don't know. Pisces. Y'all could have kids together. It says Pisces parent. Possessive, claiming. Nurturing, caring, loving, fearful. Pisces again. Damn, I'm getting good at this shit, guys. Y'all should pay me the big bucks. Pisces and Pisces. So we have Pisces parent and Pisces romantic partner. That one says passionate, seductive, romantic, possessive, controlling, and fearful, uncompromising. Oh, this is just about a Pisces. Jesus. Nothing else? Okay. My arm's starting to hurt. Nothing else. So maybe that February 16th is... Oh, that's not Pisces. That's still Aquarius. February 16th. I think Pisces starts on the 18th. So but maybe just February 2016 could be significant. Or they have a February birthday. Pisces boss. I mean, I can't, my hand's about to fall off, guys. Pisces, Pisces, and Pisces. I just split the deck to Capricorn. I did notice Aries and Sagittarius, that those may or may not be significant, but okay. Sounds good to me, guys. Well, I will leave it here, 31:15 on the timer as I'm ending. Y'all have a good one.